What if Japanese homes stay easier to clean for one simple reason? They don't just clean better, they create less mess in the first place. And that's the promise of this video. I'm going to show you 10 Japanese home systems that reduce daily cleaning, and several of them can be copied into your home without buying expensive organizers or spending your weekend scrubbing. The biggest difference may surprise you. In many Western homes, cleaning happens after the mess appears. In many Japanese homes, the goal is to prevent that mess from spreading. That changes everything. Think about your kitchen after dinner. You cook, you eat, you leave dishes, a few crumbs fall. Tomorrow you clean, then you cook again. It becomes an endless loop. But what if your home were designed around stopping the mess at each step? That is where Japanese home habits become fascinating. They often use small boundaries, routines, and designated spaces to make cleaning feel almost automatic. And the first system starts at the exact moment you walk through the front door. System 1, the Genkan boundary. Have you ever walked into your home wearing the same shoes you wore outside? For many Western households, that's completely normal. In Japan, it usually isn't. The Genkan creates a clear boundary between the outside world and the living space. Outdoor shoes come off at the entrance. Indoor slippers may replace them. That tiny decision prevents street dirt from traveling through the house. Think about how much cleaning that can eliminate. Less dirt on floors, less sweeping, less mopping, and less grime being carried into bedrooms and living areas. It's not really a cleaning trick. It's a mess prevention system. And that is the pattern you'll notice throughout this video. Instead of asking, how do I clean this faster? Japanese home systems often ask, how can I stop this mess from happening? That mindset shift is incredibly powerful. But the second system goes one step further. It changes what happens to objects before they ever become clutter. System 2, everything has a home. Walk into a crowded room and look around. What's causing most of the mess? Usually it's not dirt. It's things that don't have a designated place. Keys on the table, mail on the counter, clothes on a chair, chargers on the floor. In many Japanese homes, objects are intentionally given specific places. A place for shoes, a place for umbrellas, a place for coats, a place for kitchen tools, a place for everyday belongings. When everything has a home, putting something away takes seconds. Without a system, every object becomes a future cleaning job. And here's the part most people overlook. Clutter creates more cleaning than dirt does. When surfaces stay clear, wiping them becomes almost effortless. You aren't moving 20 objects before you can clean one table. You're simply wiping the table. That is the difference between a home that constantly needs cleaning and a home that quietly maintains itself. But there's one Japanese system that makes this even easier. It involves something most Western households have plenty of, and probably don't use strategically. Let's continue with the third system. And this one is surprisingly simple. System 3, keep surfaces nearly empty. Look at a typical kitchen counter. How many things are permanently sitting there? A toaster, coffee machine, spices, utensils, containers, appliances. Now imagine having to wipe around all of them every single day. That's why Japanese homes often favor clear, functional surfaces. The fewer objects sitting out, the fewer things collect dust, and the faster cleaning becomes. In Western homes, convenience often means leaving frequently used objects where they're easy to grab. Japanese organization often takes the opposite approach. Easy access doesn't always mean visible. Drawers, cabinets, and designated storage keep everyday items available without turning every surface into storage. The result is visual calm and much less cleaning friction. But there's an even smarter system behind that simplicity. System 4, clean immediately after use. Imagine cooking dinner. You finish preparing the food. Instead of leaving the kitchen for later, you rinse the cutting board, wipe the counter, return the utensils, and deal with the small mess immediately. That's a very different system from letting several small tasks accumulate into one enormous cleaning session. A 5-minute mess can become a 30-minute mess tomorrow. Think about a saucepan with dried food stuck inside. Cleaning it immediately may take seconds. Leave it overnight, and suddenly you need soaking, scrubbing, and extra effort. This is why small cleanup habits matter. The easiest mess to clean is the mess that hasn't had time to become difficult. And that principle applies far beyond the kitchen. Wipe the bathroom sink after using it. Put clothes away instead of creating a chair pile. Return objects immediately after using them. These actions feel almost too small to matter, but repeated every day. They prevent cleaning debt from accumulating. System 5. Use small cleaning routines. Here's where Japanese homes can teach another useful lesson. Instead of waiting for one massive cleaning day, cleaning can be divided into small routines. A few minutes for the bathroom, a quick kitchen reset, a short floor sweep, a quick organization check before bed. This changes the psychology of cleaning. You're no longer thinking, I need to clean the whole house. You're thinking, I only need to reset this one space. That's much easier to start. And once you start, the task often feels smaller than you expected. This is the real advantage of a system. It removes the need for constant motivation. You don't have to feel like cleaning. You simply follow the routine. And we've reached the halfway point. But the next systems become even more interesting. One changes how Japanese households handle dust and air, and another makes bathrooms dramatically easier to maintain. Now let's get into the final 5 systems. And these are where the Japanese approach becomes even more practical. System 6. Control dust before it spreads. Dust doesn't appear only because a home is dirty. It enters through open windows, shoes, clothing, pets, and everyday movement. That's why reducing dust at the source can save cleaning time later. Keeping windowsills clear makes them easier to wipe. Removing outdoor shoes prevents dirt from traveling indoors. And regularly cleaning high-dust areas stops particles from settling everywhere else. The goal isn't to become obsessed with dust. It's to make dust easier to control. System 7. Keep the bathroom dry. Here's something many people overlook. A wet bathroom is harder to keep clean. Water left on floors and surfaces creates the perfect environment for buildup. Japanese bathrooms often emphasize rinsing and drying after use. A quick rinse removes residue. A squeegee can push excess water away, and allowing surfaces to dry reduces the amount of scrubbing needed later. Instead of waiting for stains to become stubborn, you remove the problem while it's still easy. That's a recurring Japanese principle. Small maintenance beats major repair. System 8. Separate cleaning tools by area. Would you use the same cloth to clean your toilet? Then your kitchen counter? Probably not. Japanese households often use designated cleaning tools for different areas. Bathroom tools stay in the bathroom. Kitchen cloths stay in the kitchen. Floor cleaning tools have their own purpose. This creates a simple psychological boundary. When every tool has a job, you know exactly what to use and where it belongs afterward. Cleaning becomes faster because there's less decision-making. System 9. Do a 5-minute reset at night. This may be the easiest system to copy tonight. Before going to bed, spend 5 minutes returning the home to its basic state. Put away clothes. Return objects. Clear the kitchen. Wipe one surface. Prepare things for tomorrow. Why does this work? Because you wake up to a reset home instead of yesterday's unfinished tasks. That changes your morning immediately. And psychologically, a tidy environment creates less visual noise. You don't wake up feeling like another cleaning session is waiting for you. You simply start the day. System 10. Don't let clutter enter in the first place. This may be the most powerful system of all. Before buying something, ask yourself one question. Where will this live? If you don't have an answer, maybe you don't need the item. This simple habit prevents objects from entering your home without a purpose. And fewer unnecessary objects mean fewer things to organize, dust, move, clean, and eventually throw away. That's why Japanese minimalism isn't simply about having an empty home. It's about being intentional about what earns space inside it. Now let's put the 10 systems together. Create a clean boundary at the entrance. Give every item a designated home. Keep surfaces clear. Clean small messes immediately. Use short daily cleaning routines. Control dust at the source. Keep bathroom surfaces dry. Separate cleaning tools by area. Do a 5-minute reset before bed. And think carefully before bringing new clutter home. Notice what makes these systems different. They don't ask you to clean harder. They make cleaning less necessary. And that may be the biggest lesson. Instead of spending your weekend fighting yesterday's mess, you prevent small problems from becoming large ones. You don't need to copy every Japanese habit perfectly. Start with one system. Choose the one that solves your biggest daily frustration. Then make it automatic. Because the easiest home to clean is the home that doesn't have much cleaning waiting for you. And perhaps that's the real Japanese home secret. Don't spend more time cleaning. Build a home that needs less cleaning.